Vancouver is an expensive city, and if you've come here from somewhere else, you may be familiar with the expression that BC doesn't stand for British Columbia, but for bring cash. So, what does one do for fun and recreation in a place that is A, known in some quarters as no fun city, and B, is notoriously expensive? That's where the authors of a new book come in. One is an award-winning travel writer, the author of more than 24 Lonely Planet books. The other, best known to fans, friends, and followers as Miss 604, the longest-running woman-owned independent digital publication in all of Western Canada. Here to talk about Freecouver, 101 free things to do in and around Vancouver, are John Lee and Rebecca Bollwitt. So, folks, what inspired the book?
Go ahead,
Rebecca.
John. Well, it came together in early January. I was trying to find a project to work on this year, so I posted it on Facebook. What should I get up to this year? I accomplished some of my goals last year, and John commented on my Facebook, "Let's write a book." So that's how it's very easily how we got connected. We've known each other for years, but the Freecouver idea was a seed that John had years ago, and he actually had the website and everything. So, John, you want to explain that?
Yeah, all my adult life, I've been looking for three free things to do. I've been a writer, I've been a student, I've never had much money. So free things is really my approach, my default approach to life at any time. So this book has kind of been percolating along for a long time. I've accumulated this huge list of all these places. And when I sat down with Rebecca, we came up with about 80 right off the bat, just like that. And then we kept a little bit of space so we could find a few more along the way. And we did. I mean, it was quite amazing how many of them there are out there. These crazy little museums, these cool tours, all these free things that some people know a few of them, but not many people know all of them. And we've done all the hard work and we've tracked them all down. And we had a great time doing it as well.
Were you surprised, John, by the number of free things that there are to do in our region? I know I was.
Absolutely, yeah. I think a lot of these places they don't have a lot of marketing budget. They're often volunteer run. So yeah, they're not that well known a lot of the time. So I was really surprised at how many there are, and they're spread across the region. We got about 50, I think, in Vancouver, and the rest of them are around the Lower Mainland. These amazing little community museums, these cool places where you can catch free entertainment. There's so many, and I think no one has just thought to kind of bring them all together and present them. We're all looking for these kind of places, but nobody really knows where to look for them.
Now, as you mentioned, the book is called Freecouver, but really the entry span from West Vancouver all the way out to Langley. How did the two of you settle on these 101 attractions?
Yeah, a few of them we knew already, and many of them we discovered along the way. So, and I know Surrey very well. John knows Richmond and UBC very well. So we kind of had our own areas and zones that we would spend the day in, and then find all of these others. But yeah, we really chose. We tried to do evergreen attractions and places. So throughout the year, did they have something going on? And if it was a park, something just beyond, a playground, picnic area, and forest. What else is that very specific, unique attraction, like a full arboretum in Redwood Park with sequoia trees in Surrey and a tree house out there, or yeah, something unique if it was something like a park. So yeah, it's been a lot of work. We had lots of spreadsheets going for sure.
I
We
want.
hardly thought about anything.
So who is this book for? Because I sense it could be visitors and locals alike, although I do get a strong sense of a be a tourist in your own town vibe here.
I think for me the approach is kind of slow travel in your own town. So definitely for locals, there's tons of places in here. Whenever I talk to locals about it, that they've never heard of before. So there's a lot for locals to discover in this book, but also tons for visitors to check out as well. I think when visitors come here, they've already spent a lot of money to get here. And once they're here, they don't want to spend that much more if they can avoid it. And there's all these really cool places that you can connect to the local community a lot better with than some of the massive big attractions that you have to pay for.
Now, the book is laid out geographically by community, but there's also a handy index by individual categories, those being gardens and nature, museums and history, arts and entertainment, and great for the kids. How did you guys come up with those particular categories?
I think that's what folks are really looking for. Well, we found a lot of things in within those categories, but we also knew that the audience would be looking for, say, great for kids. So things like the Douglas J. Husband Discovery Center in Delta, one of my favorites. Great for kids, but also super interesting. You can open up a little drawer that says "Open Me," and there's a 3,000-year-old piece of petrified wood from Burns Bog in there. So for for kids and those who want to discover, there's also play areas and things like that, and interactive presentations. But yeah, we wanted to make sure there was something that was for families, because that's always been a focus of my work too, is finding fun, free things for families to do around Metro Vancouver. So those ones kind of just came easily. And museums and history was, there's just a lot of museums that are donation run, volunteer run, nonprofits that do have free admission around here.
We had a lot of fun finding those little museum type places as well. I think both of us are real big fans of those kind of places. But there's lots of little ones that maybe people haven't heard about. Like, for example, if you go to the Hotel Vancouver, you head downstairs into the basement. They've got this really cool museum exhibit with the history of the hotel charted through menus and restaurants and photos of Roy Rogers taking his horse up to the top floor. You know, those kind of things. That's a really cool little discovery. Everyone should go and check that out. But then if you're out in Richmond, the Steveston Tram is one of my favorite places to visit for free. And kids love that too. The kids can have a really good time dressing up in conductor uniforms. But the adults can also learn about what an amazing transit system we used to have that we've kind of forgotten all about. But it was actually much bigger than the one we have now. So there was lots of those kind of discoveries along the way.
Now, you've done your level best to keep the book as up to date as possible, but of course, no guidebook can be future proof. That's where the QR codes come in. Tell me about that. How do those work in concert with the book?
Yeah, well, they link directly to the attraction's website. So at any time, you can look up their latest, you hold your phone up to the book. You can go right to their website. So you'll get their hours, if anything has changed with admission, anything like their events that are happening. So we wanted to give lots of love to these attractions that we were supporting as well, but also be able to let you do a bit of your research. We're giving you the starting point, and then you can Google map it and find your transit route. That's another thing. All of these attractions are accessible through transit, except maybe there was one that was 1 kilometer from the closest bus stop. But we fully expect you to read the book, enjoy our little write-ups for each location, and then plan your day and visit maybe 2 or 3 in a day, and then use that QR code to discover more about the venue.
And we also have a website, freecouver.com, where there's additional information and tips for planning your days out around the region and saving money at the same time.
And Freecouver as well is the portal for where you invite reader submissions.
Yes. Do we? Yes.
You do. It said so in the book, so it must be true.
Okay. We're catching up. Yes. So the book is the website is a living, breathing version of the book. So in the book, we have a lot of tips, Freecouver tips, and we reference maps and online registries and things like that, and also events. So anything that is more kind of living, breathing, ongoing throughout the year, we have on the website. And yes, you can contact us through the website and send us your tips and info, and we'll include it in that space.
But we're also, and the information for this is on our website too. We're running a summer-long giveaway contest where you can buy the book and then visit these places and take a picture of your book and yourself, if you want, at the place that you visit, and submit that through our Instagram or through our website. And at the end of the summer, I think it's September 7th, we're going to have this big giveaway package, which is worth, I believe, up to $700, I think.
Yeah.
And that has restaurant gift cards and all huge sort of memorabilia and souvenir packages. Lots of things there worth up to $700. So when you buy the book, visit these places, take a picture in the place that you visit. Each time you do that, it's an entry into the sweepstake to win.
Now, I know you guys have been doing this throughout the interview, but this is sort of a free shot question, and you guys can flip a coin on who goes first. But what is your favorite entry in the book, and what is your hidden gem?
Go ahead, John.
Every time I'm asked this question, I say something different. It totally depends. Oh, geez, wow. Okay, well, actually, I'll tell you this one, which I haven't mentioned before. Wild Birds Unlimited, which is a sort of bird seed feed shop you can buy your bird seed at. They run monthly bird guiding tours as well. So you can join them once a month at a different place around the region, and they'll lead you around and you'll spot birds, and it's completely free and it's totally fantastic. I love that. In fact, the tours were the things that we were maybe most surprised about, that there are quite a few little tours around, including that one. And the other big tour that I really enjoyed is the Triumph Particle Accelerator Tour up at UBC, completely free again. Everyone should do that. It's really wonderful. And you'll come out either thinking you're smarter than you thought you were, or a lot less.
Rebecca, same question.
Yep. Yep, some of mine. The BC Vintage Truck Museum in Cloverdale. I'm not a super car person, but I'm a history person, and I'm a fan of folks who are just into their craft. And so it's in Cloverdale, and it has dozens and dozens and dozens of vehicles that were built in BC, used in BC for 100 years ago. They're currently the volunteer team is there currently restoring a vehicle as well. So you walk on in, and someone will just come and take you for a tour around the whole place and explain all these vehicles, their historical significance, where they were in Vancouver, if they were over in a war, or if they're clearing ice off the streets downtown at some point in history. And it's just a lot of energy and a lot of folks active in that area. And it's just a really cool place where people are very passionate about what they do and about local history. So that's the BC event.
That's a great place for volunteers as well. The volunteers
Mm-hmm.
there are so friendly and welcoming. They'll tell you everything about the vehicles. And that's also a reminder that these places, although they're free, we've added them all in the book, they all welcome donations just to keep them going and to keep them free for all of us. So we're really lucky to have these places. If you can support them while you're there, that's wonderful. They're free though, so always go and visit them. But they'll always have quite often a discreet little donation box in the corner. If you're able to, then definitely help these out while you're there.
All right, final thoughts. What do you hope people get out of the book?
Hope they keep money in their pocket. They get a good day out in Vancouver, many days. So it's throughout the year. So many of the things in the book you can go to in winter or summer. And we just hope they have a lot of fun enjoying the city if it's their hometown or if they're visiting, and not worrying about the cost of the activity and just savoring it, as John was saying, kind of the slow travel approach. And also, as John was saying, there's a lot of things locals don't know about in there. So there were places that I had just discovered through our research as well. And I've been writing about free things to do in Vancouver for 20 years. So it was still very interesting to me. So I hope folks just really enjoy it. They take the time to explore the neighborhoods. We also have these Freecouvering around neighborhood maps and neighborhood walks all across the Lower Mainland, from Fort Langley to Steveston and Yaletown. So just really hope folks can get out and enjoy our city and not have any of the stress or the added worry of spending a lot of money.
And the book is only $16.95, so that's a bargain. We tried to keep the price down because it fits the theme. So you're going to save a little bit there, but also you're going to save on all your summer activities. You can spend the entire summer and beyond doing all these things without having to pay. So you're going to save a lot of money on your regular excursions, your days out with your friends, your family, just on your own, having a great time.
The name of the book is Freecouver, 101 Free Things to Do in and Around Vancouver. My thanks to authors John Lee and Rebecca Bollwitt.
Thank you.
Thank you.